Hello, hello everybody. Good evening. So, hello Basil is here. Let's start right away. Everything working fine, it seems so. Music is on. And chill. Hasta Vista is here, Ronda is here. Much love to look into you. So. Appreciate. Getting the worst again today. I'm still short, just be aware. I have a full stop now above the high for this today short at least. If this keep going, we'll see. Let's start with talking about the mid time frame first, because, well, that's what that's where we had a major event this week. Quite some volatility, right? And so yeah, since my last live stream on Friday, that was last week when we did had the dump here, I didn't like that at all. Well, mainly because it was not what I was looking for. I was just looking for the running flat and high lows to hold. Then when we were down here, I don't know, I didn't had a good feel of the market for the past week, to say the least. So I didn't manage to trade this greatly. I was looking for a bit more down. I'm not gonna re-explain everything because I did during this week updates, but yeah, I mean, always a question: where is the top of your wave 3 here to get a good level? And for me, we were in between good levels, but I guess there is a count, you know, where top of wave 3 is here and you have like a double, triple flat in this. Cannot read it on the 12 hour, but the ID I think was an A, or flat here as an A. It was on A, B, C as an A B, and a C, something like along this line. Yeah, it's not, price action is not becoming clearer here from an Elliott Wave point of view on the lower time frame. On the bigger time frame, well, now that we made this move, we know that wave 4 is in, most likely. Should this count be the right one, of course, but it has the highest probability. Now the question is, do we have the top of wave 5 already or not? And yeah, unfortunately, we don't have a definitive answer for that. It is possible we did reach minimum target, which is going beyond the top of wave 3, or in case of a flat correction like this, above the top of the wave 4 highest point, right? So, well, that we have minimum target reach, we have a complete count here on the lower time frame. I would still like if we could spend a bit more time above summer high, just to trap a bit more FOMO. I don't know if we'll get it, but that's why I suggested potentially an ending diagonal count here. As we have a complete wave, you know, to reach higher target for the fifth, we cannot go. What I mean, the target we can expect is up to 28,300 about here, right? How do you get up here with this as a wave 1? Well, most likely is an ending diagonal, because if you look for the standard target for wave 3, even if we go lower, that's gonna give us much higher target. So that's why I'm considering this. And it has a good potential for a bull trap as well. Continue this kind of triple or top behavior, a bit like we had here as well. You know, triple top, takes the top several times. Flip summer high as support for a short period of time. I think this has the potential to be a nice bull trap. But maybe we just jump from here, where we'll have validation or invalidation. Well, if we take the high, we know this was not the top, of course. Now, it will depend how it develop here before we take the high. I think I would prefer this to range as well a bit more here, because if we start to draw an ending diagonal just from this, I mean, it's not impossible, but you know, it's preferable if we print a bigger wave 2 here. And validation for that will be to take the low of this week, right? Should we just reach the low here? Well, we'll have to assume that we'll very likely have the double wave 5 that is it, but we will not have much confirmation before. One of the other reasons I'm looking for an ending diagonal here is because this seems to be a bit too quick, you know, compared to the time it took for the wave 1 or the wave 3 or the wave 4. This was a really quick move. I'm not saying it's impossible, again, as some kind of blow off top, trappy top that can be a really quick fifth wave, but ideally we want this fifth to take a bit of time, you know. Ideally. So again, we'll see. For me, it's complicated to feel the market. Actually, it is very, very aggressive, not just in the sense that we have big pump and big dump that are really quick, but also when you look at, you know, open interest, how the market is behaving, it's just, we can see how aggressive it is. Just seller going in market selling and breaking support, or buyer going market buys, building bearish divergence, but still pushing into short liquidation. And there is still a lot of wide swing on the open interest. You know, even if you look at the 1 minute, here you can see today how open interest is going aggressively. A lot of people get stopped out on the move down, and they come back in as quick as soon as there is a meaningless uptrend. Okay, I need to log in again. 1 minute. Yeah. I mean, you see, right? It's very aggressive in my opinion. That said, we will still have confirmation and validation and invalidation. And if we do build this ending diagonal, well, that will start to be a bit more easy in some sense. At least we'll have a good invalidation, a precise one. Invalidation for this as an ending diagonal is if we do print a 3, a 4, obvious one, you know that the fifth need to be smaller than the third. You can have an undershoot or an overshoot. Well, we'll see if this happens. It will probably take some weeks, right? Just looking at maybe the length of wave 4 consolidation here can lead to beginning of March, first half of March, and you can keep there. On the higher time frame, what does that mean? Well, quick recap is that we still in between is this an ABC flat, which means we're going for lower lows, or do we have a bottom and we just started the new trend? I don't. Where is my count here? Oh, bull here. Right, basically. This extension of a third is still an option as well, at least as long as we don't take this week low. Not necessarily the one I'm expecting, but you know, sentiment is so flipping to extreme that anything can happen. And that's also what I feel when I mean when I said I feel aggressiveness in the market is. You can see our sentiment flip bearish really quickly as soon as we have a meaningful dump like this. Bears going louder. The same way happened on the rise up. Bulls going louder. Very lot of FOMO, lot of whatever, and you can see the swings of the. I think we can see them on the Fear and Greed index, how it flipped easily more. It flipped 10 points in a day or two. So yeah, this also volatility in the sentiment perspective, well, suggests that we are at a crucial level where we can expect either a reversal, a full one, or a temporary one, or as suggested by the extremely bullish count, we could see capitulation anytime. I don't feel that count very likely, but you know, trying to stay aware of anything that can happen. Hey, Jenny's here. So that's where I'm standing right now. Maybe we'll just stay in that range for a week, you know. How do I approach this? Well, I am taking some trades, but taking profit quickly, aggressively, whichever side it is. It looked like at least we lost really the trending market. So whatever happened, we're more into a range overlapping, etc. So yeah, you know, taking profit aggressively. I had again a long where this morning. I take profit on the 1-1 extension. I was not even on the screen, so thankfully I have take profit at limits here. As you know, I was just looking at basically at the 1-1 extension into our preliminary support here. So take profit in that zone. I wanted to look for a short, but missed it. So I enter short here on the golden pocket. I eventually got stopped out. I re-enter, as I said, it was an SFP. I don't have great confidence about this, but well, we have an impulsive move down now. Yeah, I'm gonna hold that. But the idea here on the lower time frame, well, as we have 5 waves down here, it still get a higher high. I'm suggesting this as part of a flat ABC. Well, yeah, ABC like this, which can be part of either an ABC that could extend higher, or if we bullish and we're going higher, we're in a 1, 2, 3. But surely it seems more sensible to look for short on the bounces here. Not that easy to catch. Well, I'm giving you opportunity here, but that's a kind of price action that can wreck an Elliott trader, because you break your market structure with an impulsive move, and you go for the high again. Just this FP the high. But yeah. And the idea here again is until we break one of this side, we can form pretty much anything. Now we likely finish something down here with the size of this move up here. The question is, was this an impulsive move or corrective? Is it just the first leg of a corrective? Can it be an A, B, C maybe? You know, for the ending diagonal? And we'll look for continuation then. Is this going to continue to range even longer? Is this impulsive? Well, with the size of that bounce, not sure I'm a fan of the impulsive ID, but if there's an impulse here, it would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 most likely. Well, same here. I mean, show that I'm still holding here. I'm gonna have most of my take profit taken as we take the low here. In case we do again keep in our range here, I don't know, maybe we do like this and we continue. And maybe I will just get stopped out here again. No, I don't even know anymore. We have an impulse down, so it suggests that we should get another move down. Maybe that's gonna be hit to build a higher low. It's crappy price action here for that. Funny of that. Lots of YouTube channels are chilling crap coin and affiliate code again. Luke is getting beyond coke here. I think it's time to reduce risk. Yeah. Well, reduce risk exposition here is sensible, you know, that's for sure. Even if we are looking for higher highs here, for me it makes sense to be looking more for swing short than swing long here, obviously. I agree, yes. Yeah, things are wild right now. And I'm saying swing short, but you don't have to do short or long. Of course, but surely if you're in profit here, if you have not been taking any profit yet, that would be a mistake in my opinion. And any sign of weakness here should be a good short opportunity for sure, up to 28,300. Right? Could we reach the next resistance 30k? We can do whatever. Just like here's a target that we should expect for a fifth year is 28,300, the maximum target to be expected. Now it happens that we have overshoot in a liquidation event, for more events, so we can go higher. So it's not impossible that we do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but what is the most likely? What is most sensible here? Kind of like this idea also because it's in between the obvious resistance, which is 30k, which is previous support, which is or the block here, consolidation. and just summer high. So it's a bit in between. There is not much level inside here because it's just illiquidity. There's no consolidation in the dump. Oh, that's why I'm liking this. Now we already took the stop above here. I was expecting, to be honest, I was really expecting something bigger here. My process was, okay, there's maybe high time frame swing short that gonna have their stop above here because it's a change of market structure. So a simple invalidation for a bearish market structure. Or even for the more aggressive short here, we'll have a liquidation above here for that idea that it has a low high. Yet we didn't had any kind of explosion. We did to the high for just a few bucks, right? It's $50 above, right? Barely. Well, that's not a great look if this is the top, I think. But overall, bias remains the same as well. We don't know, even if this is the top of this impulse, we don't know if it is a wave C or if it is a wave 1. We'll know only, well, if we break the low here, we know that was a C. Then we work on counting 5 waves down. So next target. Or if we do have some kind of corrective move, make a higher low, and then take the high, then we know it was a 1 or an A. Let's keep it simple for now. The support on highs for me, it's remain POC simply. Let's see if we pull the FIB on log. Yeah, it's in between. We have linear 0.61H, just a line. It's the POC. Let's see. Ideally, for any corrective or impulsive scenario to the downside, I don't mind when we do finish this, but ideally you want to be aware of what happened as we take the low here. I would expect a complete impulse around that area and a bounce to stay a bit in the range still before going down. And then that would be the best weapon. Especially for a corrective, in fact. For a corrective, we want to see this liquidity being absorbed by bulls. Because if this is bearish, there is potential for it to just crash through every support, little consolidation, but just, you know, through every support. At some point, we need to have still a 1 and 2 that give us enough leg to go down. Now, this is not enough of enough size to send us back. So we'll keep an eye on the lower time frame, going back up. Yeah, 2 minutes is maybe a bit too much lower time frame. But you know, at some point this is gonna get clearer, I believe. Can we have a 1, 2 here, 3, 4, 5, but still. I'd like to have a better and more certain insight here, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna pretend. I'm looking at a lot of things, maybe too much. But yeah, with the state of the market, it's hard to know. We can see all of this open interest. still holding, not on USDT. USDT was where really the buy came from on this rise and pushed into a short squeeze as we got yeah, so some stuff around BUSD, and there I mean a big inflow of USDT in the market and a really big increase of open interest aggressive here. That was you can see how there's still all of this open interest on invest pairs that are still open. So is this all of this still open? It means that there is short that are being absorbed at limit here for the most part, and that are still holding. I guess they're expecting lower. There seems to be a bit too much of a shad move to not be able to hold this into profit. I don't know. We have this increase in funding as well, so suggesting a bit of FOMO. Now the USDT long took profit and caused this drawdown. We don't have any bearish div yet suggesting, but you know, the same way that we had bearish div on the way up, we can have bullish div on the way down and still go down. Just depend how much harm a bull or the bear have. Hey bull, let's go. Hope you are well. We did not reach crazy greed and FOMO yet, I feel. Hide, I'm happy for it too. Yeah, that's true. Well, we didn't know. Not on the Fear and Greed Index, not on my personal perception of the Twitter feed and everything. We didn't saw like Capo or other long-lasting bear 10k quarters capitulating yet. Will they? No. So that's what is suggesting me that we have still a decent probability of still going higher here. But it's not mandatory to reach extreme greed. The fact that we flip from greed and fear in that range already saying something. I have anything more to say? We are still on the 200 weekly simple moving average. We'll see how this weekly close here. If it stays, I guess it should be able to stay relatively neutral. Probably gonna close below this weekly level. How is the monthly close? I still have about 2 weeks. Still in bull control territory. Yeah. I was looking, trying to grasp again the feel here overall to see if this feel more accumulation or distribution. And even here, it's not that clear. Well, there is sign of absorption clearly because we have big volume. We still have increase in selling interest, even if we ignore this high volatility here, this fake volume. Increased selling pressure on the way down. You can see increase here as we go down, but there's so much volume here getting absorbed that are forming a big high volume node at the low. It's suggesting absorption of the seller by the bulls. So it still seems pretty bullish, at least as long as we hold the low of the range. Now the thing is, we don't have a lot of buying interest since we did get that short squeeze here. Interest is diminishing greatly here. So good for wave 3 and 5. We also have the divergence on RSI, etc. What's going to be important again is, do we build a higher low, and do we see increased interest coming as into a rise here? But we need to see that rise and the characteristic of that first rise. So a bit more confidence. Because for now, we are lacking buyers. At the same time, it also means that there is a lack of sellers, so prices have been able to move up more easily, but now it's struggling a lot more. And interestingly, we can see how we have a lot less volume here on an aggregated spot chart, while if we look at derivative by bit here, we have a higher spike of volume in this move up. USDT as well, I guess, Binance USDT, a lot of wash trading there, but still we can see there is still higher volume in this last move. What does that highlight? Well, highlight there is interest here for some part, at least. There is a short squeeze that happened here and get absorbed, and as we see in the open interest chart, there is a big increase in open interest here. So there is a big short building here. The question is this gonna get squeezed or not? I'm feeling it's gonna hold. Maybe part of it's gonna get squeezed. Part of it most likely gonna get squeezed already, but the main side, I'm not sure. Liquidation. How much liquidation there was here? $11,600,000 in USD. $16 million. We are on a 300 million position here. This is close already. I prefer it. Is there some crazy thought about Binance that's come out today? It came out yesterday mostly. Today the last part is this here. Binance considering pulling back from a US partner, stopping trading of US related crypto and including USDC, etc. My 2 cents of what's happening here is I feel there is kind of a fight between different entities here, where FTX was the representative of the US side and Binance is someone else, probably in line with Tether. But yeah, I feel like there is some fight between big guys looking to liquidate the other side. That's what leads to pretty wild move like this. Where it's not just wild in terms of percentage, but really characteristic of it, right? And so yeah, and we saw during that dump how there was a coordinated attack from the US government against crypto as a whole. Then we see that Tether going into a big push here, squeeze some short. I feel kind of weird. It would be a nice TV show to be made on that subject, maybe. All of that to say again that even if there is a big interest building a big short here, that doesn't mean it's gonna succeed. You know, we saw that big guys can get wrecked pretty hard, as FTX learned us, Alameda learned us, and 3AC, and every big, lots of big trading companies in crypto got wrecked pretty hard. So hard to predict the next move. Now, what I find it interesting also about this chart is I was looking at the bias game from Wyckoff Analytics Twitter. I do that every week where they share a chart. They share a chart and ask, is this distribution or accumulation? Based on Wyckoff analysis or based on volume and candle spread. I maybe need to open this in Paint or somewhere or something here. Or even just take on side with Bitcoin chart here. And I find there is a lot of similarities here. Keep that one here, please. Can we have something more precise? Okay, anyway. We have this increase in selling pressure as we come down here to selling climax. Still increase in selling pressure, but a bit less. If we ignore this volume, it's not on every exchange, this spike of volume here that we have in BTC. It happened on some Jerome Powell speech or whatever, Boomer News, so it's not like really organic volume. Overall, we can see increase of volume still and decrease overall between selling climax and here. And then again, big selling volume, sustained volume, but getting absorbed at the low here, just like we had here. And we have this bit of a deviation range that doesn't last long. Get reclaimed on increased speed in the middle. But so a bit of increase in buyer pressure on the way up here, but not that great yet. Diminishing after. Now we don't see yet increase in selling volume or anything. For now it's still neutral here. But you can see how there is a lot of similarities. We take the high here as well. Almost, that's where we get resistance. Now the question is, what was this chart on the left, on the right, accumulation or distribution? I was kind of in between on this because there is this clear interest into selling, but at the same time, you can see that you have your increase in volume in all this area, which become a deviation at the low that suggests a lot of absorption and acceleration on the way up with lesser volume that it took to get down. So suggesting that there is more easy way up than down at that point. There is less limit sellers and there was limit buyer on the way down to absorb the selling. And we had our market structure change. We don't have here, but we have at least one here. And then we have a spike of volume here at the low getting absorbed. diminishing interest in selling, we still sustain one. And so I bet on more accumulation, at least when we change the behavior, right? Around this area where we have the increase in volume getting absorbed on this deviation. Here you can clearly see the selling spike of volume still happening, still defending a lower high. So I was clearly seeing distribution until then, but I felt that this was looking like accumulation, which was wrong. Because if we take the answer here, in fact, it was distribution. So it all came to the same thing for Bitcoin. Okay. There is no definitive answer before we get out of this range. But that was really the point here. Even by being wrong on the final answer I had on that one, it was pretty clear that this was the key level to hold, right? Previous resistance support. And you wanted to get that high to confirm the bullishness. And if you get that low, well, you confirm the bearishness. The distribution. And that's going to be the same thing here. As simple as that. What happened on the way? As we correct down, should we? But likely. Do we hold this? And do we hold that low? That will be an invalidation at that point. If we get a corrective move and start of an impulse, going to be the invalidation for the bull case. Full invalidation being below the low, but yeah. Invalidation would be on a break. At that point, we'll see increase in volume on one side or the other and a break of the range, most likely. After it doesn't have to copycat exactly the same pattern. It could extend even more, but so yeah. Yeah. Must say, I must say, if we cannot manage to take the high a bit more here, it cannot feel weaker. I would really prefer to have a bigger deviation above the high that will allow more strength, in the sense that if you have FOMO here getting absorbed by smart sellers, well, the smart sells that happen here are gonna become buy on a retrace as they take profit. So that allow more strength in the support. While if we don't have much trap buyers up here, if we go down, there will be just trap buyers from here that are gonna liquidate and accelerate down. I mean, we'll see obviously, because we saw there's a big increase of open interest, so they can still absorb it, but the more you trap FOMO, the more it gives you buy on the other side. The way down, potential support. So pretty much everything I'm looking at. I'm gonna get starved on this short, so I don't know. I'm tired of trying to guess here. I really have bad seal on the market for a week. It's tiring. I don't think I have anything else to say. Should I look at other assets? Do you have any question? What is S&P doing? S&P is going down, apparently. Did not break down yet, but kind of. losing its forward trend. DXY look pretty bullish overall. And we have an impulse, a correction. Can we have a top already on that? 0.6018, okay. Might be a top here. But as we go up here, we kind of give a bit more probabilities that we have a complete impulse, so we can overall keep building corrective upside. And Euro USD also printed a kind of confirm a 5-wave uptrend here, so should get a bit more downside as well. Finish the correction. And this is inversely correlated to DXY. Gold might get interesting soon. We also have a complete impulse, most likely. I think it can take more time again to correct here. But we are the 200 daily moving average. Not the worst place to start being a buyer on gold. $2.618. But golden pocket, 1700, kind of a bit more interesting. And we have POC. I don't know why it can't load more volume than a few days here. The question remains for stocks, especially especially American stocks. Did we complete 5 waves up from 1880? Oh, yeah, Bitcoin is moving up again. Okay, I got it. Well, because if this is the case, we're going down for quite a long time. So whatever count I'm looking at on the lower time frame, can try to count this, but we have most likely an impulse somewhere either down here or here, and this is consolidation. So we can expect another leg down, which potentially will see acceleration. It can be confluence to say that Bitcoin is most likely going down. Now I'm part of the people who think Bitcoin doesn't have to stay correlated to stocks, American stock. It showed in the past that it has been correlated to some asset and lost its correlation when it needed to, wanted to, was ready to, whatever. But it's possible that we'll have major crash in financial assets across, especially Western countries, at some point in the year, and that Bitcoin will still be going up. Not something impossible, in my opinion. Yeah, BTC pumping. What can I say? I cannot count that. It's pumping. Let's the long ride. And the short stopped. Gonna do another SFP. Kind of tired of trying to get a short here. I already have a losing one because I take it. I didn't have a good entry. I don't have a count for that. Still have bearish div, still lower volume, still just an SFP. Still squeeze short. That can keep going for a while. Yeah, I think, okay, it's time for me to take a weekend break and we'll see. One thing I'm wondering, can we have an alternative count here? 50%, yeah, kind of possible. I'm just considering that my mid-time frame count here could be wrong. Maybe this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. It's really crappy price action here. I mean, look at this, how that doesn't look OP locally. But if we start to lose this, I even trade Halo. So next area to look, obviously, naked POC will be aligned with golden pocket. I don't really have a finish here. I will not be surprised if we take yesterday high. We just continue having crappy price action like this. Yeah, I'm gonna... I'm not gonna do anything here. Can we have a wand? No. Yeah, there's trap value here. Right, we are just in between levels, so it's gonna continue, I guess. Should we reclaim yesterday open? Previous day value are low, that's where we are rejecting from. Oh, yeah. Where is the 1-1 extension from that? 161.8. Was there? Yeah, 66. It would be a shame if we front run that. But this doesn't feel much different than what we had before. You know, we can do that and keep. I don't know for how long. At some point, we're going to see a bit more increase. Squeeze, short squeeze. This is too aggressive for me. So I guess I'm gonna stop the stream here because I have nothing interesting to tell you, unfortunately, here. It's not a price action I'm comfortable to trade. I already used one trade to trade, I think. Too short today. Yeah, it's time to make a break again. We'll see later. So thanks for watching anyway. I hope that was helpful in some way. And I will keep a date, right, in the coming days and weeks. We'll go out to do some physical exercise tomorrow. Probably clean the mind again because it is not clean enough, it seems. But I'm getting back my feeling slowly, but it's coming back. It's not quite there yet, it seems. So I'm gonna take that slow, not forcing anything. Let price action show me a bit more information. Be aware of where I'm interested. It's mostly a higher high here, or short, or below the low as well. Right, either for a complete corrective, either some kind of complete impulse of the high. But in between, I rather let things play out now. So thanks everybody. Have a good evening, good weekend. Take care and trade safe. Right? See you soon. Where do I stop there?